Welcome to Flat Racing Guru. This is Saturday. I've done a lot of tips for Turfentine this morning and also Durbanville for private members. And I'll give you a quick look Saturday morning. Okay, can you, Chris? Can you just wait till I do this?
Why are you doing that?
Just busy.
You're noisy.
Yeah, come on. Let's play hide and
Okay. Ah, dear me. Don't say it. This. No.
What is she doing? Perhaps precision or something?
But if she's not
Driving.
if she's not
I tip one. Been through all the pedigrees, a safe time. I point out the ones interesting. Tarantino stood out like a sore thumb. There's loads of speed and class in the pedigree. By most of my fate, out of size I'm up. The dam is well related. US speed, not Tinian class dirt and turf falls. Up the moon, nearly won on debut, 116 meters. Then one next time was rated 95, and just after 4 runs was rated 95 and showed real class at 6 furlongs plus. A well-rated top-class horse like Second Fortune, South Africa, and a top-class stallion. All of the Snaith runners, Tarantino is by far the speediest, blah 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 blah. Second race tip, 50 Shades Dark, a 7 to 10, but that's a 2-year-old. It's got the best 2-year-old form, but I think a decent one at decent prices. This Nusa Princess had a run, 2 runs, and I think the form line's pretty decent. Even though it was quite down the field, that race was one of the best races, in South Africa. Then there, popular. You have to be a private member you can get into this, you see. And then we'll go to Turfentine, race 1. Race 2, the Giant Slayer, half brother to Cheval Blanche, trained by Michael Bell, who won on debut. The Dam Primrose Hill by Giants Causeway, bred 2 winners, one in England, one in France. Highly Hug and Kiss, rated 107 for Andre Fabre. By the Way You Are, one as a second goal for 10.5 furlongs. Giant Slayer as Howard is by Trippy, obviously speed sire in South Africa. Influences top class mix of speed and stamina, an absolutely fantastic pedigree. For me, one of the best combinations I've seen in South Africa in this horse. Isn't a grade 1 winner here. I'll show my bare buttocks on Tesco's window. That's just a joke. Green and Giant Slayer, stable companion, but we can fight out for second, even though both lines are different, forms not much, blah blah blah. Giant Slayer, 3-year-old juvenile, 2 falls collide, Asa Star Bowley and Anna Caprio, all look potentially smart, blah blah blah. Afternoon Tea has run 3 fair races, and so that brings the best form, blah blah blah. Race 4, Dark Song, Salmore, Single Red Rose. Race 5, Commercy, X-Mill Kisses, nothing between the pair. X-Mill Kisses, Commercia, and obviously we're going into these progress plate races where they're prepping for 3 weeks in KwaZulu-Natal, so horses like, Celtic Sea, I think the best filly in South Africa, even though got beat last time, but I still think she's the best filly in South Africa. She's prepping for 4 weeks, so you've got to watch your bets in these races. There's no way Celtics, Sea's going to be 100% for this race, because they use these progress plates and graduation plates as preps for the bigger races later on. And obviously, when you read the racing post, they won't tell you this, or they won't be clued up in this sort of thing in South Africa. So you've just got to watch your bets in them races. Obviously, Celtic Sea is miles better than everything else, but you've got 2 at the bottom there. Cordillera, obviously stable forward of Celtic Clee, and Rougelet only carrying 52 kilo. I would say Celtic Sea is probably going to be about 80% today. Probably might win, but at the prices, I would take Celtic Sea on today, even though I absolutely love the horse. It's not because it's a bad horse, it's because it's prepping for 4 weeks' time in the big KwaZulu-Natal, season. So that's how we've got to understand how these races are prepped in South Africa, whereas the Racing Post is a great paper, got great handicappers. They're just not clued up on stuff like this, where and also all the jockey bookings and all the trainers, and the draw biases at these tracks. You've got to understand all this, where I've been doing it for like yonkies years, and it's just all natural to me, just like betting on UK horses and knowing all the trainers and jockeys. So, and I've also got a load for tonight. And there we go. And that's your whack.